Hi folks. Alright. Joe Biden has expressed an interest on eradicating student loans for college. Well, Nancy Pelosi said the following about that.
People think that the President of the United States, is this more on the subject and you ever want to know? Will you let me know? People think that the President of the United States has the power for debt forgiveness. He does not. He can postpone, he can delay, but he does not have that power. That has to be an act of Congress.
Gee, she's saying that the dope cannot do it. It can only be done by Congress. And the Supreme Court seems to agree with her, ruling that the dope Joe does not have the authority to forgive student loans. That's the sphere of the United States Congress. I wonder what Joe thinks about that. What is he going to do? Very simple. He's going to ignore the Supreme Court. We don't need no stinking Supreme Court. I'm the dope in charge here. I'm going to ignore it.
Tens of millions of people in debt were literally about to be canceled, their debts. But my MAGA Republican friends in the Congress, elected officials and special interests stepped in and sued us. And the Supreme Court blocked it and blocked it. But that didn't stop me. I announced we were going to pursue alternative paths.
So let me understand this. In the Roe versus Wade, Roe versus, and the Supreme Court decision of Roe versus Wade, they claim that the right to an abortion exists in the Constitution. And as far as the news media and the Democrats were concerned, you see, you cannot ban abortion because it's protected right here, and the Supreme Court says so. Yeah, so shut up. So now, the Supreme Court says to Joe, you do not have the authority to forgive student loans. Huh? What did they say? I don't hear it, so says Joe. So they promote the Supreme Court on a decision that they favor. They ignore the Supreme Court on a decision they do not favor. Gee, sounds like Joe is being rather tyrannical, isn't he? Gee, we don't need no democracy. We got Joe the tyrant here. So, is an impeachment necessary? Should it be done? Well, let's go to the past. President Trump makes a phone call to Zelensky in the Ukraine, and the Democrats and the news media scream, impeach him! Get rid of him! He violated whatever we said he violated. Impeach him! So they held an impeachment because he made a phone call to the Ukraine. So now we have this dope, tyrannical Joe ignoring the Supreme Court, and let's listen to the calls for impeachment for him. Gee, I didn't hear it. Did you? Did you hear it? Now, continuing on. Nancy Pelosi said the following in reference to President Trump.
And you wonder, what does Putin have on Donald Trump that he always has to be beholden to him, his buddy?
Yeah, that's it. He's a puppet of Putin, so says Nancy Pelosi. I wonder what Putin has to say about that, who his puppet is.
You and we recently spoke, and you asked me who we prefer as the future president of the United States. I said that we will work with any president, but I believe that for us, for Russia, Biden is preferable.
Gee, it seems like Putin favors Joseph Stalin's sidekick, student, tyrannical Joe. So, alright, so we have tyrannical Joe, who's ignoring the Supreme Court, tyrannical Joe, who's endorsed by Putin, and there's no cry to get the bum out of the White House. Welcome to the United States, 21st century, on a fast decline. thanks to the Democrats, the news media, the pervert thespians in Hollywood, and academia. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless the country you happen to be in. See ya!